market update here on the 16th. So we finally look like we got a top here in this run. We broke below the level I talked about in the video yesterday, and we broke that around 2 o'clock today. And it looks like a 5-wave move formation potentially. It could be ABC as well. But this ended up being 1, 2, and then we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which didn't hit the 1.61 fib, and then we got a 4th wave come down, and then we had 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 is what I see. And so it didn't go all the way to 380, obviously, but it did get all the way up here to 373. That's close enough in my opinion. And also another thing, if you take a look at these waves, the 3rd wave is a little bit shorter than the 1st wave, and the 3rd wave length is like, let's see, look at it real quick, 369.03, and then the bottom of this is 363.41, 562. So 562 plus 367.56. The max we could have gone without this being validated was 373.18, and we hit 372.86. So it went 1st wave longest, 3rd wave second longest, 5th wave the shortest. So that was barely a valid wave, but it worked out, and that's why I think this is probably finished. As far as what this is doing right here, it remains to be seen. It looks like it could be a 5-wave move. Could even be complete, except for the fact that, and you can't even really tell the formation yet. It could be a nested move, or it could be, this could be the 5 waves right here, but it didn't break outside the parallel line. So we'll wait and see what happens on Tuesday. But for now, it looks like we topped out. And so again, on the long-term chart, get rid of all these now. So if this is a 3rd wave end right here, then again, I could just go ahead and kind of get an idea of where I expect a 4th wave to end. And the 2nd wave was shallow. I have that written down right here. Shallow 2nd wave usually means you're going to get a deeper 4th wave. This took about a month and 10 days. And so this is shallow and pretty long. I don't know how long this will be, but it should be more of a deep move. So I'm expecting a pullback to, and this is just a guess, but I'm expecting a pullback to the 0.38 fib. So we'll have to just follow it day by day, but I would look for the 3rd wave to be finished, and I'd be looking for a move back down here to 339.56, and this is showing like July 19th. So I would expect something like that. And then I don't think it's finished yet. We should get a 5th wave higher. So let's say we go to 340. I would be looking for something around 395 to 408 to finish it off. So maybe a 400 test. The all-time high is right here around that, 408. So we might be getting either the 3rd wave, the overall 3rd wave will end right here. So 1, 2, 3, pull back and go higher. Or this is an ABC move, A, B, and C. So those are the 2 options I see, but short term, I'm pretty bearish. If something changes on Tuesday, it should be pretty obvious, but for now, I'm just out of all my long positions, waiting to see what happens on Tuesday. SPY, pulling back 2. Um, it didn't quite get to the target of 446, so that's kind of interesting that it didn't hit that target, which was the, I think it's the 1.61 fib of 447, I guess. And then there's the 1.61 fib of this move right here, I think. Let me see. No, that's wrong. Either way, it came into the area. It's in supply. There's a long-term supply zone right here too. It hit that. It's backing off. So I would be short SPY as well. So QQQ and SPY, no reason to be long here. Meta came close to filling the gap, but it didn't quite get there. So that's a reason. That's another reason why I think we're probably going to go higher. Well, it's not really a major reason, but I think Meta will probably go higher here eventually. And I think that, let's zoom in here. It dropped from 287 all the way down to 280 and basically closed at the lows. So yeah, I think that 5 waves should be finished on Meta as well. And I would be looking for who knows on Meta, probably a pullback. Let's see what we got here. We have the 0.23 fib down here. 211 seems kind of far. 10%, let's say QQQ goes down 10%, or maybe less than, maybe 8%. 8% on Meta is, we're looking for something around like maybe 250 to 255. So we'll have to see on Meta. I don't know. I think it topped out, but I want to wait and see what kind of move we get off the top. So I think Meta topped out as well. Tesla, I think that this formation should be a B wave. If somehow that turns out to be an impulsive move and they move it up next week, that's going to be really, really lame, to be honest. Because this move right here is 0.38 fib. That's definitely not a second wave. This right here, let's see where it goes. So yeah, it's just kind of a corrective move right here. So I'm looking at this as A, B, and I'm looking for a C wave down here. Maybe it just comes down here to the bottom, and then maybe we get something like this. And ultimately, I'm looking for about 230 to 235. So that is a demand zone down here, and it's around the 0.23 fib for a fourth wave pullback. So no, that's not right. Fourth wave. So it's a little bit past the 0.23 fib, but right in there makes a lot of sense. That would be about a 10% pullback, but that would be really bullish for me. I'd be buying that dip because I think that ultimately we're going to go higher. We're at least getting to 282 at some point. And I think that would only be the third wave end, and it would still have more to go for a fifth wave. So Tesla probably topped out too. If somehow they pull off a move higher next week, then that wouldn't really make that much sense with QQQ, but got to go with what I see in the charts, and that does not look like an impulsive move to me. That's why I sold today. Let's look at Apple. What a ridiculous stock. So weekly is basically just now getting overbought. Monthly getting there too. But we went to all-time highs on pretty bad earnings. And I did not look at this during the day. The same thing as Meta, it looks like an expanded flat here. That does not look like a 5-wave move to me. You get a really crazy move down, and then you just kind of, you chop and go higher. I mean, honestly, this looks like it should be something like this. That's what I see. It's really hard to make these predictions and be confident about it, but there is a daily demand zone down here. I think there's some gaps down in that way as well. But I would be looking for something like that. And there is, I know there's a gap around 167. Oh, there's a gap here at 175.70. Daily demand here, daily demand down here. For a 8% drop on Apple, we're looking at back down to like 170 only. So I think that it could go all the way down here though to 167. But I'm not looking for anything major. It's just got to be about a 5 to 10% drop. And at this point, let's say we take all the way into July, I would imagine that the final move higher could last all the way into the end of the year. My original prediction was like August, September, but I mean, at this point, it just seems like that makes the most sense in this market. So Microsoft, I think, is finished as well with a third wave. And so we can readjust and I mean, at this point, even if I end up being wrong, I'm just not long anymore. Like, I don't see very much upside in any of these names anymore. They're all maxed out. So Microsoft, third wave ended right here. Kind of similar to QQQ. We get a shallow second wave pullback again. Basically the 0.5 fib, which is the most shallow you can get. So I'm looking for a pullback to the 0.38 fib, which is around 311. And who knows, maybe farther than that. But 311 would be my target. Probably, this is showing June 27th. It's probably going to take longer than that. Maybe it won't go down that far. Maybe it only goes to 0.23 fib. But again, short, shallow, second wave. How long did this take? This took a little bit less than a month. So again, sometime in the maybe mid-July, we get down here to 325 to 310. So that's Microsoft. NVIDIA, I haven't been charting this one as much, but let's take a look. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 4. See, I originally thought this was the end of it, right? No, the end of the third wave right here. 1, 2, 3, yeah, 4. Okay, 4, and this should be the fifth wave. So this works out perfectly on NVIDIA as well. Should have topped out. One, two. That's got to be a fifth wave. So on NVIDIA, So this one's a little bit different than the other ones because it completed a 5-wave move. So let's just say that is, let me zoom out here. I'm see where we're at on the, let's go to the log chart. So I have that as the completion of overall wave 3. So you can see I have 1, 2, 3. So I'm looking for a 4th wave pullback. That would probably take a couple years. So I'm not sure how this is going to play out. This one's a little bit different because it went on a crazy run. The other ones did too, but not to this scale, obviously. So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. It could start off really slow and maybe it doesn't fall that quickly. It is kind of hard to call though because this is so explosive. It's kind of hard to say it's going to just fall off a cliff. But I think I was looking for like 250 or something like that. But we'll find out on the video. But I think that this whole move should be completed based on my count. And I'm not confident about that because it's NVIDIA. But that's my count right now. We'll see how it plays out. But I think a 4th wave should have started. I'll leave it at that. Amazon. So Amazon just came to the top of the parallel line. Didn't get to the next gap fill. So I would expect something of the same. Probably a pullback. Maybe a pullback just to like 110 to 117. So I would look for something like probably something like that going into the end of the year. So that'd be another good stock to long from here once it gets down to this sell-off point here in the next month. So there's going to be a lot of opportunities in the next month. I'm looking forward to shorting for a while though if we do get the sell-off. And it should be a fun June and July if that happens. Finally some relief because going long in all these stocks is fun because you're making money. It's obviously fun to make money, but it's kind of stressful too because you want to buy the dip. You don't want to be chasing these stocks. And that's what you feel like you're doing every time you buy these stocks right now. You feel like you're chasing. You just never know. One day you wake up and they're down 10%. So it's not the way that I want to do it, but in the next month we should have some more opportunities. Let's look at the dollar, and then I think that's pretty much it. I'm not going to look at the VIX right now. I don't think it really matters that much. I guess I can take a quick glance. Curious what it ended up at though. The VIX has actually ended up down. Interesting. This is such a non-factor in this market right now, but that actually makes me even more. I think there could be a big spike coming, but we'll see. The dollar. And the dollar was barely up today. Still really a non-factor. Maybe we get a spike back up here to 105, but nothing really to report right now on the dollar. Let's zoom in here on the 2-hour time frame and just see. Yeah, see, it's just kind of, you can't really chart this right now. It's just kind of long term. Again, I haven't gone over in a long time, but I'm still looking back down here at 93.75. Whenever we get done with this correction, 93.75 going into the end of the year, and then 2024 we get another spike. So that's pretty much it for now. I just think we topped, and if that changes on Tuesday, we can redo the chart. But right now, I think we topped, and I'd be looking for short plays. For example, today I sold some Tesla 235 puts and bought some 250 puts with the premium that I got. So I do it like that sometimes. I got it for credit. If Tesla goes higher, I make money. If it goes lower, I make money. I did 2 for 1 though. I sold 2 puts and bought 1 put at the higher strike, because I think that 230 is a very likely destination. So if it goes to 235 around that date, which is like July 28th, then I make max profit. So that's just an example of a trade I did. But yeah, that's pretty much it for now. Leave me a comment. Tell me what you think. Do you think we got another leg up in this market, or do you think we're ready to sell off? You tell me in the comments. Let me know if you have any tickers you want done, and I will talk to you in the next video. I'll probably do a SoFi video this weekend, and any other tickers you guys want done. All right, have a good weekend.